Then squatting was like punishment. We used to call it pumping, which in hindsight was just a very filthy name. We used to call it pumping, and they could tell you to do like 1,000 at a time. Basically, they were just bastards that were abusing power for no reason. I wish wherever they are.
What's the name of your secondary school and what year did you finish?
I went to 3 secondary schools.
St. Gregory's College.
Chris College in K2.
Fontage Junior and Senior High.
Estaport Secondary School.
Queen's College.
I was in ISL for a year, but we don't acknowledge it because that place is trash.
One term, I went to Nigerian Secondary School.
Yaba College of Technology Secondary School.
And then I went back to Fontage, and then I graduated from Nadella Secondary School.
What year did I finish from? 2014. Yeah, 2014.
Sure.
And I finished in 2011.
I finished in 2005.
2007 too, I went to Nigerian Navy Secondary School, Ibara, Abeokuta, PMB 2191.
Were you a day student or a boarder?
I was a boarder all 6 years.
I was a Borders Day student.
Boarder throughout.
Border until SS3.
How did you leave boarding school at the best time?
We're, 60 in the entire school, so there was literally no space to try and build a boarding school.
Okay, so I was a day student up until SS3. And then my father, I think he started to notice certain things were going on in my life. And he felt like the best way to get the best out of me was to send me to boarding school.
There's this story about QC girls that you guys used to jump fence.
Every border jumps fence. If you went to a boarding school, you jumped fence.
What's that statement from secondary school that immediately you hear it, you just knew things were about to get messy?
That sound that comes on before the PA system goes live and then
SS2 commercial, come downstairs.
The seniors would do this thing where they would call people to their corner or whatever. And so eventually they came up with a word for it, like a slang, and then it was a boy. It made no sense and it was so stupid, and they are also stupid, but then they all enjoyed it for some reason.
There was junior girl and junior girl, junior girl. Once you heard it in that tone, you just know that yes.
You're wanted in Octagon. I think that's where they kept the best crop of disciplinarians, because people used to get promoted from Octagon to be vice principal or principal in another school.
When you actually hear monster on the lawn, there will be blood. Or there is the fear of blood, standard.
So the seniors then, they used to run the school. So they just come in and say, start again. And they say we are singing Tambolo go bite you, we're just happy, moving and the woman. So once we continue like that, we can kneel on hot gravel, for the whole day.
There wasn't ever any things are about to get hard in any of the schools I went to. Maybe Nigerian, but it was just basic. If they ask, are you sleeping?
Wow. When they don't ask, they slap you. They slap you, and if you're awake, you sleep.
So what was the flogging and bullying scene like in your school?
it was an industry. There were people at the top of the food chain. They had assistants, it's this job organogram type thing. That's how it was.
When there's a teacher to flog, or there's a student to flog, if the teacher picks you, just thank God.
So they would move from the canes to belts, to sticks, to cricket bats, because my school was big on cricket for some reason, which is a very boring game.
I remember names, full names. I remember dates.
I should have been told that they used to beat. I kind of went to Queen's College I didn't know they would beat us.
April 27th, 2002, Saturday evening. I got flogged for something that was not my business. And I got flogged. And I remember my house captain, he broke a plank on my ass. He flogged me till it broke. He snapped my belt on my back. Then I had to explain to my mom why I didn't have a belt without telling her that a senior flogged me. Because if I told her a senior flogged me, she could come and look for the senior. And if she looks for the senior, everybody will know I'm a snitch and everybody's going to fuck me up.
The reason why there was no real bullying in my school was that everybody realized that there was a scene outside of school. Do you understand? Because we literally lived in the same area.
They started flogging in JS3. So it was basically community flogging. during assembly, if there are people to flog, they'll bring, like you see them bringing the table down to the courtyard where we used to have assembly. And then we would all just be like, how are they flogging today? How are they flogging today? And it was literally like midweek entertainment for us.
So there was anyhow beating, there was bullying, but when it got too much, you could do stuff about it.
What is too much?
Like slapping someone till pus starts pouring out of their ears. Like it happened to so many people, I never understood it. Or slapping someone and all of a sudden they have Apollo.
People definitely got flogged. I feel like I was just very, very, I was an expert at avoiding getting flogged. Because like,
Green snake.
you can't beat me. You just, I would die. I would just dissolve in front of
When I think about the fact that we were teenagers, we were like 14, 15, and we literally just sit down. People literally just sit down and be like, how can I break this person?
So speaking of trauma, what was the most traumatizing experience while you were in secondary school?
There was this new club that had opened on the island named Why Not. I don't think it's it was so retarded. It's just the name of the owner apparently was Tony. She just spelled it backwards and named it Why Not. And I was like, oh, I have to go to this club, so I have to jump this fence, which of course did not go well because look at me. Everybody else jumped the fence. We're like 5. Time to jump the fence. It took like 25 minutes for me to get over. And then 2 people had to come back and give me a boost for me to go over. And I scratched my body because the fence wasn't smooth. And then when we finally got to the other side, it was 1 a.m. by the way. Obalende boys just came out from nowhere and obtained the hell out of us.
So the one term that I said I would never talk about, it was night prep. We used to have night prep after dinner in the dining hall. Night prep was going as usual, fighting sleep, pretending to read, all that stuff. And then I just heard, at the count of 3, get out. And then like my brain is half asleep. So I'm not really processing, and then everyone is whispering like, what's going on? And then I turn around and there's this senior boy. And he's like, do you think I'm joking?
Look at me. Sure. I'm the captain now.
I said, get out. And then he just slaps the girl in front of him. And then all hell literally broke loose. Like, it was a stampede. People were trying to run out of the dining hall. People were running. I'm like, why would you see someone standing with belts? Like, you see a group of boys, big boys standing with belts, and you're running toward. You think that shit only happens in movies, but I promise you, it happens in real life.
I mean, we were able to hide some of the money that was on us, so we went to the club and there were just old prostitutes everywhere. But then when you're 16, you kind of just go with what you get, right? Even if they are vampires. And when we were leaving, someone stole my wallet. So I didn't have money to come back. My friend had to pay for me, and then we had to jump back into the school from the fence in front of the school. And it wasn't like a fence, it was like metal hooks. And as we were climbing over, a police truck was passing. Everybody else just jumped down and ran. And I was about to jump. It hooked my jeans. So I was just hanging on the pole there like a giant flag. It's like if the police had decided to shoot at like robbers, that would have been the end. I would have died at 16 because I decided to go look for old women.
There are 2 types of prefects. There are the prefects that shout most on the lawn, right? There are the prefects that just walk into the room and just slap the first person. And everybody just...
SS1 was really a hard time. I can't stress this enough. So it was like my 3rd week in school as well, a new student and everything. So we used to do this in every Friday. Yeah. It was like PE, it was sports, the entire school. Again, we're not playing, we were like 60, 70 tops. So it was easy to get the entire school in one place and like just jog around. So there was this girl, Odnaka, SS3. I don't know what it was with me and SS3 babes. Yeah. So we're running around and Odnaka just creeps up behind me and just like pulls down my shorts. In front of every fucking person.
like your shots, like everything.
Everything.
You're nude.
Everything. I was on cloud. On cloud.
I'm so sorry about that.
Like the breeze was nice, but
All right, so what type of senior were you in secondary school?
I was so sweet. I was so sweet.
I was nice, but
Yeah, the MCO of quiz college.
So in my school, you're not allowed to be cool. Like, if you try to be cool, everybody thinks you're an idiot. I remember one guy that was super just gentle and mellow, Sotonte. Nobody rated him because he was just gentle and mellow.
Oh, it's the whole cycle. We have to do this because it was done to us. And it's like, nah, I don't see the point. It's like, why leave SS3 when you're going and have swears following you at your back? So that when you don't find a job 7 years after graduation, you'll be like, oh my God, what did I do? No, it was when you forced that junior to clean everybody's shoes for no reason.
I'd like to think I was nice because it was like when I was really getting into music and like in my school, there were a lot of kids then that were like trying to find themselves. So I became that guy that they would come to like, yo, I'm listening to this stuff. What do you think I should listen to? I'm trying to like start writing. What do you think I should read? Yeah, and then I got into SS3 and like, I just became a bastard.
Me, I didn't have any stress, Sha. I just, once I had a junior girl to get my water, lay my bed, polish my shoes, arrange my locker, go to talk shop. What else did I need? Once I had a junior girl to do everything I needed to get done, and they did it efficiently and promptly, yeah, I was the nicest, I was the sweetest, honestly.
But I had this game my friends and I used to love to play. Like, I like messing with people's heads. So I was really nice, but then, so maybe my friend would have like a junior coming and she'd sit and then, I might even be laughing at the girl or I know her and I'll be like this, junior girl, what are you doing here? Like, I was sweet. She'll be like that. I'm like, we used to have this thing where you knock to enter a senior class. So I'm like, who told you to come in? She'll not say, this person. I'm like, okay, do you know what? Whatever, get out. And then my friend, who's obviously ignorant, to be like, junior girl, sit down. I'll be like, junior girl, are you mad? Get out. And then my friend would be like, junior girl, sit down. I'm like, if you do not want to find out how ugly I get out now. So literally, the girl would like break down, like crying, and they'll be like, ah, it's okay, calm. Like, so.
Violence is the shortcut to getting things done fast.
Have you spoken to like a professional?
I'm speaking to a professional right now. So like, it's hard to, I still haven't unlearned the violence part. Because like, as in, and it's every level of life. Like, I want something, they're wasting, I want something. Once you just cock gun, everybody just starts listening. Do you get? So, someone needs to make an alternative, an effective, reliable alternative to violence. Yeah, there's all they'll clap back. Boy, it sure works right now.
What did I enjoy about secondary school? It had nothing to actually do with school. I was a very different child.